Hi guys, welcome to the Desmos tutorial review, and we're going to talk all things Desmos today. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Desmos and we're going to type in y equals 4x plus 7. So you're going to go to Desmos and actually type that in. Um, you are going to go to settings right here and press the table button, and it will give you an XY chart. And this is great. This is very useful. So I'm going to show you this in here in just a second. Okay, so as you can see, I typed in my equation, and then I'm going to go right here and click the table button, and it gives you all of these lovely numbers, and you can put in like whatever you want. Like you can keep going and going forever. So for instance, on this one, like what is y when x is 72? I'm literally just going to type in 72 and it pukes out a number right there. So 295. Okay, so let's keep going down here. Let's see, find the y-intercept and click on it. What is it? So right here, this is the y-intercept. And so I'm going to click on that and it tells me that my y-intercept is 0, 7. Okay, now find the x-intercept. What is that? Okay, so it didn't show me originally, but if you click on it, it should show up. So you can see it's negative 1.75, 0. And Desmos has this really nice thing where it has a fraction button. Honestly, a lot of times I just use it on my calculator, but let's pretend like I didn't want 1.75 on a test. I wanted it as a fraction. So right here, if you click this button, it'll puke out a fraction for you. So the fraction is negative 7 over 4. Okay, so you have a Desmos assignment. So go ahead and you should be able to do the next 5 or the first 5 problems on that worksheet, and then come back and we will go on to the next page. Okay, so for the next page, we are going to talk about parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the first equation. So over here, I'm going to say y is equal to negative 6x minus 1. Okay, so we have a multiple choice question. So I'm going to literally put in all of them. So y is equal to negative 6x plus 13. Does that give me a parallel line? Well, it looks like it. Let's keep zooming out. Oh, yeah, I think that's parallel. Um, let's do the next one. Y equals negative 6x plus 2. Is that parallel? So I'm going to click off this red one just to see if I can see a little bit better. Oh yeah, that looks parallel as well. So I'm not sure like which one. It looks like I'm going to guess all 3 of these are good. If I took out a 6, do you see how that would not, or the negative, and turn it to a positive 6? Do you see how that would not make it parallel anymore? So this is what we want. I'm just going to put in this last one. Negative 6x 15. Okay, so I have these 3 situations. This is, again, our original line. Notice I've clicked off everything. But notice what it says. I want it to go through the point 17. So I'm just going to type in the point 17. So I'm looking for the line that goes through that point. So now I'm going to come over here and click on it. Look, that's the one. Let's try this one. Nope, that's still parallel, but that's not it. And that's not it. So it actually ends up being this first answer choice right there. Okay, so which line is parallel? I'm going to say y is equal to negative 6x plus 13. Okay, now you're ready to do problems 6 through 8. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to step 3. This part is relatively new on Desmos, and it is the greatest thing ever. So what if we need to find an equation when we're given 2 points? So we have this point 1, 2, and 3, -4. So in this case, when we don't have an equation, remember before we like went here and there's a table button, but we don't have that option. So we have to go over here and hit table, and I'm going to put in the coordinate points. So 1, 2, 3, -4. So what it's going to do is it's going to give me these 2 points. So we can see if I connected the dots, it's going to make a line. Okay, this button right here is wonderful. Well, first of all, let's go to this button. This button, it gives you like the perfect look. And as we like progress through this course, you'll see how important that button is. But right here, this button is so great. It's called a regression button. And what it does, depending on the type of regression, so we're going to talk about like quadratics, which are like parabolas. We'll talk about exponentials. But right now, we're just focused on linear. So notice it connects that dot through those 2 points. And it also gives you this equation right here. So I already know the equation through these 2 points, and I don't really have to do a lot of math. And so this button right here, this copies that equation for you, which is lovely as well. You could just rewrite it, but that's like a nice little shortcut. So let's see, let's answer the question. So it says, what is the equation? So I'm just going to say y is equal to -3x plus 5, like that. And now if I wanted to find like when x is like 15 or something like that, now I have that table button and I can come down here and I could just put in any number I want and find those values. Okay, so for the next page, this is just explaining kind of like what we just talked about. So let's go on to that final page. So right here. Okay, so this is a word problem. This is going to be on your test as well. So these are kind of a little bit more difficult. So Nancy is planning a bowling party. Look at this. 8 people cost $123. So that is going to be a coordinate point like that. 12 people cost $167. But now we have Desmos that can help us. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. Super easy. What is it? How much will the party cost for 26 people? Okay, so let's talk about that. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to do basically the same thing that we just did. So I'm going to erase all this stuff, and I'm going to create another table. So again, go here, create a table, and then go to put in your coordinate points, like that. Okay, and again, look at that. That is beautiful. It gives us a perfect look. And then I'm going to go here, and it gives us the equation of the line. So let's talk about this equation. So what this means is that this bowling alley is going to charge $11 per person, and it's going to have like a rental fee of $35. So make sure that you know that, but I'm going to go ahead and write that down. So y is equal to 11x plus 35. Okay, so how much will it cost for 26 people? Okay, so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to hit that little cog, the settings button, and go right here. And now I can put in anything I want. So I want to know how much it's going to cost for 26 people. Right there, it's going to cost $321. Okay, so this kind of walks you through it. So now you can do problems 9 through 13. And after that, we're going to kind of switch gears. So anytime you need to solve an equation, I don't care what kind of equation it is or how yucky it is, you can use Desmos for this. But Desmos isn't perfect, but it does help you. So if you do like the slash button on your computer, it'll give you a fraction. So I'm just going to type in this equation. So 1/3 plus 2 over x is equal to 3/5. Okay, so notice what it's doing here. Again, it's not ideal, but Desmos will give you an answer. So your answer is going to be x equals you don't have to type this in, I'm just doing it for you guys, x equals, and then it's wherever it crosses the x-axis. So it doesn't let you click on it, and I'm not sure why, but let's like zoom in and see if we can figure out. Oh, look at that. We can see that. So that's like 7.5. So if we want to make sure, oh, look, do you see that? It covered up that line. That's perfect. So I know I have the right answer. So it says Desmos will create a vertical line. What's your answer? So I'm going to say x is equal to 7.5. And that is it, guys. Now you are a pro at using Desmos.